Hello, everyone. My husband and I are celebrating our 40th wedding anniversary this year. Tom is a physicist. His favorite joke, one joke, for many years was the story of a physicist showing up at home, 2 o'clock in the morning, hair a mess, clothes disheveled, smelling a bit of beer. His wife greets him at the door, arms folded, glaring sternly. I don't know why he thought this was a funny joke. "I'm sorry, honey. We finished up at work and decided to go out for a drink. It was a bar. We played poker. Things got out of hand. There were pretty girls." His wife just rolled her eyes. "Don't lie to me. You've been working late in the lab again, haven't you?" Any of you ever spent a little extra time in the lab? Mm-hmm. My husband grew up in North Carolina. His grandparents were sharecroppers. They were illiterate. They couldn't even sign their own names. When I married him, he was finishing his PhD in physics at Stanford University, working in a lab with Arthur Schawlow, Ted Hench, Carl Wyman, all three on their way to Nobel Prizes. That is one of the things I love about science. No one cares who your grandparents were, rich, poor, illiterate, academic. Scientists care about the science. What ideas do you have? How will you change the world? At Intel, I have seen the work of thousands of engineers literally change the world we all live in. Imagine how life has changed in just your parents' lifetimes with the power of the microprocessor and computing technology. Intel has been at the heart of that revolution, and it has been fueled by young engineers and scientists just like you. I know as I look around this room that I am seeing young adults from all walks of life. I have talked to finalists who are working to solve problems that affect people they know and love, basic issues like getting enough food to eat, clean water to drink, diseases that attack the poor and the vulnerable. Others of you have grown up in homes of abundance, but are drawn to solving big issues, issues that my own generation have created and left for you to deal with. Climate change, energy shortages, land and people broken by war. Still others are energized by the future you envision and imagine, a future in which technology and engineering are harnessed to improve lives, solve problems, and even make our lives more fun. Not all of you will live your lives as engineers or scientists, and that's okay. Your lives and those around you will still be better because you have come to understand science and its power to improve the world. Not everyone uses science to good ends. You will be much better prepared to keep an eye on them and to raise your voice when you see science being misused. You will be able to understand the data that is used to manipulate rather than to inform. You will be able to make good decisions about the medical care you and your families receive. This time you have spent as scientists, not as children or students learning about science, memorizing facts and formulas, but being scientists. This time will shape you and your lives in ways that you cannot even anticipate. Now, of course, I hope that most of you will, in fact, go on to live lives of science and engineering. Although I'm not a scientist myself, I can tell you from 40 years' experience living with one that it is a wonderful life, even though there will be plenty of nights when you come home late from the lab. Now, let me just take a moment to offer some thank yous. First and foremost, to our partners at Society for Science and the Public who created and nurture the ISEF. None of what you have experienced